My name is Ophir Gaathon. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Dust Identity. And we started the company, three technical co-founders. One is Professor Dirk England from MIT, the quantum photonics group here. And the second person is Jonathan Hodges, who has a PhD from nuclear engineering at MIT. And we started to work on using diamonds for quantum applications several years ago here in the university. And what we understood is that there's a huge potential on using diamonds in commercial applications, but there's three fundamental things that we need to solve, almost irrespective of what the application is. And we started a company and we got DARPA funding to start supporting and building the core technology. About 3 years ago, we started working on applications that has to do with supply chain security. That stemmed from the engagement that we had with the Department of Defense. Our solution is composed out of three components. Dust actually stands for Diamond Unclonable Security Tag, but it also looks like dust. We're actually using engineered diamonds that we engineer ourselves that has some quantum behavior that we can use in order to detect the orientation of individual diamonds. And as they fall on the surface of objects, it actually creates a unique unclonable fingerprint. So you can think of it as a spray coat of a barcode that is ultra secure. And once the identity is on the object, we can actually use it to anchor data to it. So effectively what we have is that we spray coat the object with the diamonds, hundreds of diamonds that are encapsulated in a polymer matrix. And then we have a scanning device that allows us to authenticate and basically communicate with those fingerprints. And then we have a clearinghouse, an authenticator, typically on the cloud, it can be also on-prem, that basically verify any kind of transaction. So you can think of it as a credit card where diamonds on the surface of an object is the credit card, the point of sale is the scanner, and then every credit card transaction is verified by an authority. Dust is really designed, it's a supply chain security solution that is really designed to enable the asset owners, those that are in charge of very expensive, high reliability systems, to really ensure their supply chain as much as they can. In many cases, in today's environment, they don't have full control over their supply chain, but they need to start somewhere. And what we decided to do is actually give them the capability to deploy a security measure as far up the stream in their supply chain as they have control over. So they can enable one stakeholder to put dust on objects, and from that point on, they can trace and track how those objects propagate into the assets. A very common use case for us is electronic components. Anything that has to do with hardware security, the new type of vulnerabilities that we're facing, both in the government and outside in the commercial market, from nation states and other actors, really requires us to start thinking about security first, even on the physical side. And what we've done is that we enabled a technology to be deployed on those hardware systems such that we can not only authenticate and associate data with it, but actually detect tampering. So the ability to encompass both the manufacturing, then the logistics operation, and then the service operation is really what the end-to-end solution is requiring.